It's something everyone will face, but few really know how to face it. We're talking about the loss of a loved one. Well, we got to see inside a new grief club. It's helping people cope. Take a look.
So his name was Predrag, or his American name, Pete.
Savannah is talking about her beloved dad, who immigrated from Yugoslavia.
He was such a character, and you noticed when he walked into the room. He loved Elton John so much. I feel like I always have to make note about that when I talk about him, because I have so many memories of him playing the piano.
She speaks in the past tense because Pete passed in August from organ failure.
And I'm wearing, this is his ashes and this necklace, and this is his shirt.
He's with you.
He's here. Right He's here. He's right here, so.
And she is right here in Chanhassen at the new Grief Club of Minnesota.
The whole building is ours.
Big club.
Big club.
Sarah, a grief counselor, helped found the place. It's a place filled with art.
This little guy, he drew a picture of his family and his dad watching them from up above.
And that little boy is in good company. The club is a place where kids, parents, or spouses can get individual or group therapy and simply lounge and express themselves. It's a place for them to literally put their feelings out.
Put their feelings out. And we talk about the importance of just that, of getting the feelings outside of you.
It was really hard to navigate support, and especially from a financial perspective. And so when I found out about the Grief Club, I was like, huh? Like, it's free. It's free? Like, what do you, and my stress just dissipated completely.
The place is free, yet staffed with licensed counselors. It's a club no one wants to be in, but many need.
It's just a lot of understanding here that you don't even, you don't have to explain yourself. In my life right now, I have a lot of grief that I'm carrying, but I can come here and know that at least my healing doesn't have to be a stressor.
Do you feel hope?
I do.
When you think of therapy animals, you may think of labs or golden retrievers, maybe smaller dogs, but you probably don't think of Great Danes. Those can be basically as big as some little horses. Turns out that is the case at CentraCare's St. Cloud Hospital. WCCO's John Lauritsen shows us how they became a hit with a 3-year-old girl when she needed them the most.
If a nurse isn't aware of us coming in, doesn't know that the dogs, they're that big, they've been scared.
When Wayne Kamelik brings Hulu and Tootsie to the hospital, they have to avoid narrow spaces. But despite their size, the Great Danes are about as friendly as they come.
They are, unless you were a squirrel. Yes, they are just the most gentle animals that I've ever raised.
Hulu weighs 170 pounds, Tootsie weighs 166. In fact, both dogs tower over miniature horses that are in the local Therapy Animal Association.
This is very unique, and to have a brother-sister team is very cool.
A while back, Hulu made friends with 3-year-old Nellie Kubski.
He remembers you. Why did you come to the hospital? Do you remember?
Because my tummy hurt.
Nellie had appendicitis and was in a lot of pain. But just before her surgery, the biggest and friendliest dog she had ever seen paid her a visit.
Did he help you feel better?
Yeah.
For a little bit?
Yeah, he was just cheering me up.
Before they became therapy dogs, Hulu and Tootsie were show dogs, winning awards with Wayne and his wife Patricia. Sadly, she was diagnosed with dementia a few years ago and now lives in a memory care facility. But several times a week, the gentle giants pay Mom a visit.
Does it help her too?
Yes, definitely. Not only help her just individually, but she has more rapport with other staff and people in the residency.
Great Danes who are pretty great. And it doesn't matter if you're an older patient or someone 7 times smaller than they are. Hulu and Tootsie are always looking to make a friend. In St. Cloud, John Lauritsen, WCCO 4 News.
One Twin Cities not-for-profit is empowering its clients and employees to give back in a big way. And it's working. Our Derek James has a look at post-pandemic changes in volunteerism and what's being done to get more Minnesotans back to helping.
Employees at Thrivent Financial Services are celebrating some non-monetary numbers.
Since 2014, we have reached 1 million action teams. That is roughly affecting 9 million volunteers.
The Action Teams program gives Thrivent clients the tools and resources to support the causes and programs most important to them and their communities.
It could be a pancake fundraiser. It could be a meal at a homeless shelter. It could be creating dog toys for the Humane Society.
Or giving back globally. Thrivent celebrated the milestones by building water filters for Wine to Water, a nonprofit that provides clean water to the nearly 1 billion people worldwide who lack access to it. Employees are empowered to give back in any way they can.
It's so much a part of who we are. It's in our DNA.
It's what drew Emily Hendren to Thrivent.
We are this organization that puts give back at the forefront, not only for our employees and for me in my role, but also for our clients.
Volunteerism is more important than ever in the post-pandemic era. Formal volunteer participation across the country fell to 23.2% between 2019 and 2021, a 7% drop, the largest the U.S. Census survey has recorded since it began tracking it in 2002. Minnesota still ranks third in formal volunteering at 35.5% participation, behind only Utah and Wyoming, while Wisconsin ranks 26th. Hendren sees it firsthand in her job. She sees the 2021 numbers as more of a shift than a decline.
So while there has been a dip overall in people showing up to more formal volunteerism, that kind of grassroots, in the moment, I'm going to help my neighbor out, which is what our programs do here at Thrivent, is actually increasing because it's easy to access, it's easy to do.
Now that people are getting back out more, Minnesotans are looking for more volunteering opportunities, formal and informal.
We know that people are hungry for it. They want that networking, but then the most important thing is what can we do to help?
In Minneapolis,
we need to show up.
Derek James, WCCO News.
Still to come on the Uplift, we're going to introduce you to the athlete who is a big hit around Minnesota tennis courts. How a face familiar to us all is inspiring her to do her best.